This is a short tutorial on creating a clipping mask. A clipping mask is simply a shape that you can clip an image into. You need to start with a separate blank layer. So let's just click on the new blank layer icon. We'll just name that 1. What we want to do is create a simple shape, and I want to have 2 different ones. So I'm going to start with adding the rulers and setting a guide to 1 inch on both sides. There we go. Now I'm just going to grab the rectangle tool. I'm just going to draw out a shape that's approximately the size of the image that I'm going to paste into. And I set the palette to black, and I'm just going to fill this area with Alt-Delete. I'm just going to drop my selection. And you can see it just created a mask over here. It's actually a shape. I can move it around. I'm just going to keep it right next to the guide here. And ultimately what I want are 2. So I'm just going to do Command J to make a second one. I'm just going to label that number 2. And just click and drag and hold it over. And as long as I hold Shift key, it'll just keep it in line. So now I have 2 shapes. Generally I like to put them in the order that they'd appear. So I'm going to put this one up on top. And now what I want to do is put this picture above that shape. So if I come over here, I want to make sure I'm on the shape. Come over here and grab a picture. Let's just drag it right over to there, and you can see it's quite large. What I need to do is create the clipping mask. I can just go up under here, create clipping mask. Now you can see my picture is clipped within that small shape. And yes, I'll definitely have to resize this. Now I'm going to go over to this shape here, and let's bring on the second picture. And once again, you can see how huge it is. But once I just clip it in there, I can just move this around. There we go. So now we can get rid of these images. And this would be a good time to save it. I'm just going to save it right to the desktop. I'm just going to call it Clip Mask. There we go. Now the first thing I want to do is fill the screen with this. Now let's just make it a little bit smaller. I'm just doing Command minus key. And if you want, you can hide the guides, or you can even just clear them. Now what I want to do is actually be changing the size of the image in the clipping path. So I'm just going to go to Command T to transform. You can see the image is very large. But what's great is you can put virtually any size image in here and just crop it to the actual size that you need. And once you're done, you just hit Enter. Now I'm going to go to the next image, hit Command T again. Let's transform it once again. The reason I made it smaller is so I could see the outside borders here. And now I can just bring it in closer. And there we have my clipping masks and images. And a nice thing to do is maybe add a simple effect. Let's just do a drop shadow on this. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And let's make it a little bit softer. There we go. And what we can do is just hold on the Option key, drag this down here, and recreate the same effect on both images. And save it. And now you have your clipping masks. What's nice is you can just turn these images off, drag in a new image, clip it to it, and you can just delete these others and it's reusable. So that's a great use for clipping masks.